of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today, Mr. Drew Goebel. We follow up the Tuesday night Clinton Board of Education meeting. Good to see you, Mr. Goebel. How are you today?
How you doing, Seth?
Good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for coming out. And man, I don't know where this school year went. It has flown by. We're in the final days. Counting down. I don't know if we're in the single digits yet, but end of school year is here. That's exciting.
We're wrapping things up. It's been a good year. Very proud of the students. Very proud of the staff. So we've made it. We're doing good.
Very good. Anything highlight the end of the school year for you and the kids, the staff? I know spring sports wrapping up. Your softball team a big win last night. Baseball team a big win last night.
Yeah,
things are going well there.
No, it's good. We've appreciated having the turf field. We have 0 rainouts, so that's been great. Yeah, last night was a good night. We had the girls on the volleyball team. We had the girls on the softball. We had JV going, and then we had the varsity and tracks rolling. So we've had some good weather. You know, last night. I'm thinking we're not getting blown away. I feel like in the last week we have might be sunny outside, but we have 30-mile-an-hour winds.
I know, right? Yeah.
So last night was just beautiful. I watched JV before the board meeting. I watched the JV game. Then we had the varsity later, and then you could just hear. Even like the smaller ball diamond closer to the bus garage, they had a game going there. It just, you could just hear the crowds everywhere. Like if behind you at the softball, if someone did something well, you know, the crowd would be cheering over there. And it's just a good environment. That's
what you want, right? Like you want I know you had the youth softball there, you had varsity, regionals, you had baseball. I mean, that's what you want, right? It's just the community at the school district doing things, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I'm glad a couple years ago we put those sidewalks in between everything that kind of connects things. And it's I think it's a great space. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of the community, and we got some good wins last night.
So I know seniors are done for the year. They had graduation on Sunday. How'd graduation go?
Yeah, it was great. We had co-valedictorians. We had McKagan Morgan and Jarrett Turney they were the valedictorians, and then Josh Manning, he was a salutatorian. So that they very proud of those kids. Josh McClurg, high school math teacher, he gave the keynote speech. He did an amazing job. Special night. I'm really proud of those kids. We had a lot of them were going into a military afterwards. I'm very proud of those students that, whether it's not Army National Guard or the Marines or the Navy or so we recognize those students, and I think that's special. I'm really proud of those kids that have made that commitment to serve the country. I appreciate Mr. Wayne recognizing them. So cool. Yeah, it was a great night, good weather, and in and out within an hour. We started at 2 and right around 3 o'clock, we were walking out. So.
I appreciate that. I felt like I don't know. Maybe it was just because I had to sit there and listen through it. But I felt like in high school, our graduation just took forever. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't want to be there and just get out of there. But I felt like ours took forever. So I appreciate you guys are in and out with that one. So
I tell you, the band sounded great. The band did. I think they played a song from Wicked, and I was never in the band. I always joke and say I was a saxophone dropout. I played the sax in junior high, but it didn't carry on to high school. I gave it up, but I enjoy music. I enjoy the band. Mr. Wheeler does a good job getting those kids ready. So they performed a song. So all around, very good night.
Yeah. This is just because I am around a lot of other schools on their senior nights, because I do a lot of sports away from Clinton. But I am wondering, do you have, one thing I've noticed is a lot of kids going into the trades these days. Do you have a lot of your seniors pursuing trades this year?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a huge advocate of the trades. My brother-in-law, he is a lineman in Jacksonville, Florida. So he goes up and fixes the power lines. And in Florida, with the storms that pass through there, it's a good gig for him, because let's say he's in Jacksonville, but if there's a big storm that blows through on the Gulf, he'll have to travel to where he's needed. So whether the welders or plumbers or
everything, honestly,
I really think the trades are where where it's at. I have 3 kids, and at one point I thought one of my sons was really into like being an excavator, drive the big trucks and do all that. And if he would continue, if you'd want to pursue that, I would fully support it. Because when you go into a trade, you won't have that huge college debt. You can make really good money pretty quickly. And you always need, when you're I say when your toilet's overflowing and there's water, you need someone that can come in and fix that.
AI can't fix that for you.
Yeah, or your car's not working and you need someone to fix your vehicle. You need a mechanic. So no, I am a huge supporter of the trades, and I think it's great.
Sure, very good. Is our last day June 1 or 2?
The kids are. I think the kids are. I'd have to look at the calendar here. Put me on the spot here. I got. Yeah, the last day for kids is June 1st, and the last day for teachers is the 2nd.
Okay.
And that second, we call it the spring tea, and we recognize the retirees, and so that's kind of but yeah, last day for kids is the 1st.
Why are we going into June this year?
That's just when
we didn't have like extra like
we had 3 emergency days.
Okay.
So we did 3. I think one was, I can't even think the reason. One was snow, and I think we did lose one for maybe we had a boil order or something.
Okay.
So,
yeah, sure.
We all go the same amount of days, and I always say it just pushes the calendar down. So
got it. Yeah. I don't know why the year runs so fast. You forget about, some of those things that cause the calendar to get pushed back a little bit. So just was curious about that.
Yeah. Yep. So
very good. Well, let's follow up the board meeting on Tuesday night, Mr. Goebel, and some riveting stuff. You approved milk and bread bids, breakfast and lunch cost increases for next year. Just fascinating stuff.
Exciting. The milk and bread bid. I was just, I couldn't wait for that. But we do bid it out, and Beth Tedrick is our director of food service. She helps coordinate that. And again, probably the biggest thing that I'm excited about is the board last night approved Dr. Tracy Donath as next year's director of teaching and learning. And that is a huge win for Clinton. Kara Jensen is the current assistant superintendent over curriculum and instruction. Kara came to the district a few years ago, and I'm very sad that she's leaving. She was a principal. Kara was a principal at Unit 5. She was a teacher at Unit 5 up Bloomington Normal, and she's going back to Unit 5 in a very similar role with curriculum and instruction, and she is amazing with that. And however, while I'm sad to lose Kara, Tracy, Dr. Donath is, I really feel she's going to be able to step in, and we're not going to miss a beat. She is, Dr. Donath is the current curriculum director for Peoria Public Schools, which is a huge job. Over 20 schools, she is overseeing the curriculum. So to get a person with that level of experience in Clinton is amazing. I know they had some reordering, shifting of different administrative jobs in Peoria, which which was fortunate for us. So we were able to have Dr. Donath apply for our job because of those shifts. And but she comes extremely highly recommended. I made several phone calls when we're kind of down to those last couple of candidates, and everyone spoke so highly of Dr. Donath. And I just think Clinton really scored big by having her in our district next year. And really, even the applicant pool was very strong. And when you have an opening, you hope. My always goal is I want to have tons of really great people to pick from, and then the committee can pick the best of the best. So that's an ideal situation, and that's what we had this time. We had over 30 people apply, and we got it down to our top 6, and we had an interview committee made up of teachers and administrators, and narrowed it down to our final 2. And both our finalists had an extensive background in curriculum and instruction. And again, Dr. Donath rose to the top. So
What do you like about what she's done in Peoria? What was impressive about her to you?
Gosh, that's a tough question. I just her she has a strong mathematics background. She a major initiative that she brought in at Peoria was introducing algebra to more students at the junior high level, and really increasing the expectations for math. And that's an area that Clinton needs a little bit of help with. Our math scores are struggling a little bit, and so we implemented a math task force, and we're working through some curriculum changes with math. And I know that Dr. Donath is going to be able to slide in and help us with those things.
You've got an interesting transition next year with bringing on curriculum. Is it curriculum coaches or instructional coaches? Yeah, thank you. Instructional coaches. I know we've been through, that's probably not the best terminology for that position, but it is what it is. You've got a new curriculum coordinator coming in addition to adding the instructional coaching piece to the district. Do you feel like this is going to be a good thing, all that change all at once?
Yeah, we have, and it's tough. And I've acknowledged that, like, change is difficult. Nobody likes, we're combining schools. We're combining Lincoln and Douglas schools. That is a big deal. And it's very controversial. But I feel very good about the two administrators that are going to be at Lincoln and Douglas. We have Keith Creighton. He is going to be the principal at Lincoln and Douglas School next year, and he's from Dennis Elementary School in Decatur, and he's been an assistant principal for many years. So he's not a newbie. He gets it. He is I'll say a little fun fact. So what we have next year, we have two instructional coaches. We have Elizabeth Pirtle, and we have another. So she's an internal. She's currently a third grade teacher at CES. But we have a Cassie Mann, and she currently works with Keith in Decatur. So they already have that relationship. So that is going to be beneficial for us. But having those coaches, and then Dr. Donath, she has that curriculum background, is going to be able to work with Elizabeth and Cassie. And then here's another interesting, fact, that Lisa Lang, who is approved to be the assistant principal at Lincoln and Douglas School next year, she is currently an instructional coach at Lincoln. So she has a coaching background.
Lincoln, Illinois.
The town of Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln, Illinois. Sure.
So we will have in Clinton next year, even though Lisa is not an instructional coach, she's going to be an assistant principal next year. She'll be able to assist in that world of curriculum instruction, because that's what she does right now. So having that curriculum background, that teaching and learning, helping our brand new teachers right out of, because while I think universities do a pretty good job to prepare a teacher to start that job, having that instructional coach to help them kind of look at things, I think that's going to be very beneficial. So I think the changes that we are doing are addressing some things that we need to work on.
I asked this question from the perspective of, I can already see people diving into test scores, things happening in Peoria, I know the state report card has all sorts of data, and I can already see people jumping on there, cherry picking, nitpicking certain aspects of the Peoria school system, test scores or whatever. And they say, well, this lady's coming to Clinton, but she couldn't do this in Peoria. I guess I go back to, what do you like about Dr. Donath and what kind of impact she's going to have?
You can look at data, and you can pick pieces out if you want. What I know is that when she interviewed very well, she came highly recommended.
Yeah.
And she's not been jumping around. I think that is, sometimes that can be a sign if you're going from school to school to school. I not always, but I think that could be a red flag. And Dr. Donath has been at Peoria for a long time. Before she was there, she was at Unit 5, and she was at Unit 5 for a long time. She was an elementary teacher. So, and again, you have to do your homework a little bit when you're hiring people. You have to kind of beat the bushes, kind of kind of see what you're getting,
Mm-hmm.
besides just the interview, because
Mhm,
sometimes
mhm.
you can interview really well, but then
The references don't check across. Yeah.
so, but Dr. Donath comes extreme. I talked to the superintendent of Peoria for quite a while about her, and the Peoria, I think her name is Dr. Crott. Spoke very, very highly about Dr. Donath. Dr. Wilson was she's retired from Peoria. She worked with Dr. Donath. And so again, and I called some other people, but again, highly, highly, highly recommended.
Yeah, very good. Well, on that note, sir, let's break. Come back with some more. Mr. Drew Goebel, superintendent of Clinton Schools, my guest in studio. More to come with Mr. Goebel on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Wednesday. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network. Corn and beans starting the day lower, wheat steady. July corn opening 470, down 5 1/4. September corn down a nickel, 476 1/2. December corn 493 1/2, down 4 1/4. July beans 1202 1/4, down 7 1/4. August beans down 7 1/2, 1202 1/4. And November new crop now under $12, down 7 at $11.96. July Chicago wheat opening 667 3/4, up 1/2 penny. July KC wheat up 705 3/4. July bean meal down $1.70, 330.60. July bean oil 75.35, down 9 cents. Energy market July Brent crude oil down 267, 108.61. Opening numbers on this Wednesday. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
This is Inside.
Spring into savings this May with a new Chevrolet. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City. Savings with a new car? Yes, with our fuel savings model like the Chevy Trax with 40 miles per gallon highway, the Chevrolet Trailblazer, and Chevrolet Equinox with 33 miles per gallon highway. And don't forget about our EV options, the Chevrolet Bolt and Equinox. Chevrolet, together let's drive. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio, Mr. Drew Goebel. We follow up the Tuesday night Clinton Board of Education meeting. And Mr. Goebel, as the kids get out of school on June 1?
June 1.
June 1. I know there's going to be some things going on. Junior high is going to be real busy this summer. New parking lot. You were telling me some flooring inside the building. It's going to be a hopping area.
The flooring will come eventually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was happening this year. Forgive me for that.
No, it's fine. We did the flooring. We did the cafeteria of the junior high a couple years ago. So if you've been in the junior high recently, the floor is that composite with the flakes.
Yeah.
So that is the current cafeteria of the junior high. So the kind of phasing that in, so the plan either next summer or the following summer, but sometime in the near future, I'll just say that.
Got it.
We would put that epoxy throughout all the hallways.
Okay.
Because the tiles, if you've been just walking through the building, it's not they're very, I'm thinking they're very thin and they crack, and it's not the best look. So it is definitely something that we'll be working on.
Got it.
The big thing that we will be doing this summer is the junior high's front parking lot is in bad shape. So that will get a complete, they'll rip it up and they'll lay down more asphalt in that front parking lot, including the circle drive. And then that path, that road that kind of goes back towards the back parking lot. So
is the back parking lot in bad shape?
It's not. I mean, they're both very similar. So the next summer, I do want to do the back parking lot. So we kind of did it in phases. Front this year, do the back. But asphalt, we're talking almost $500,000 to if you want to do all of it. Just expensive.
Yeah.
So that's the big project for this summer. So I'm excited to have a brand new parking lot. The other project is the CES will be putting a fence up around the playground. That was a need just for a lot of safety. We have little kids, and you don't want them running into the neighborhoods. Or I know Illini drives
right
little bit. I mean, it would be a run for the little guy. But so we'll be able to. It's safer to have a fence around that area. So
so that's going in this summer.
That's going in. Which
chain link fence. Yeah.
And I know fences probably don't look the prettiest, but I gotta put safety above.
Right, you got to protect your kids a little bit.
I'm hoping maybe along the front of the fence that's kind of by Illini Drive, we can put like a banner or do something to kind of make it look a little bit nicer. But so that the fence is going
like that Clinton, like what you've got around the football field fence would be really cool.
I'm hoping we can do something along that. So when you're driving along Illini, Home of the Maroons or something that's on the fence,
like a Little Maroons thing would be kind of cool. I think Little Maroons is kind of cute, to be honest with you.
We will do something to make a fence a little bit nicer. So those are the two big things.
Sure. Got about a minute. Anything else going on this summer?
That's I would say that's about it.
All right, man. Well, off to the summer. I know you made some adjustments to the board schedule for the summer. Can you highlight those real fast for us?
The board, we don't have a July board meeting. We just haven't had a July meeting for several years, and the June board meeting got pushed to the 23rd. So we moved it up 1 week, and for budgeting reasons. The end of the fiscal year is July 1. So by moving the date from the 16th to the 23rd, it gives me 1 more week to fine tune those numbers.
There you go.
That's why
All right. Very good. Well, it's off to the summer, Mr. Goebel. We always appreciate making time for us, and another school year in the books. Drew Goebel, Superintendent of Clinton Schools, our guest in studio today. Again, the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Network News is now.
WHOW.
The big